Imagine breaking the code of humankind. The code that makes us have all different personalities. The code that makes some people get sick while others don't. Or even why some people are tall while others are short. In 2003, the Human Genome Project did just this by releasing a publication that contained the entire human DNA sequence and all of our genes. Francis Collins, the director of the National Human Genome Research Institute, put the Human Genome Project into these words. It's a history book, a narrative of the journey of our species through time. It's a shop manual with an incredibly detailed blueprint for building every human cell. And it's a transformative textbook of medicine with insights that will give healthcare providers immense new power to treat, prevent, and cure disease. The Human Genome Project is the greatest scientific discovery in the past 20 years because it has launched groundbreaking discoveries in the fields of diagnostics, genomic medicine, and forensics. According to the National Human Genome Research Institute, the Human Genome Project found that humans have 20,500 genes. Each of these genes code for a specific trait, like height, hair color, eye color, really anything else you can think that makes you who you are. Additionally, the Human Genome Project has allowed us to understand that even our diseases have a genetic basis. For example, Alzheimer's, different types of cancer, Down syndrome, and even our mental illnesses are all tied back to a genetic basis. Knowing the genetic basis for these diseases allows for earlier detection of these diseases, which therefore allows people to get better treatment and get better faster. Additionally, because of the data found in the Human Genome Project, we have been able to understand genetic markers for inherited diseases. Some diseases are passed down from parent to child through their genes, for example, cystic fibrosis and Huntington's disease. Parents now have the option to get genetic screening before deciding to have kids to evaluate their risk of potentially passing down these genes to their offspring. Here you can see an example of a human karyotype. This shows all of the chromosomes within a human. A doctor or a practitioner could look at this in order to evaluate the risk that a parent has of passing down their genes to their harmful genes to their offspring. Because of the data found in the Human Genome Project, we are able to understand the genetic basis for disease. Another reason why the Human Genome Project is the greatest scientific discovery in the past 20 years is because it has started the idea of genomic medicine. Genomic medicine is medicine that is personalized to a person's specific genes. According to Biomedical and Research Services librarian Stephanie Roth's 2019 paper entitled, "What is Genomic Medicine?" Genomic medicine is working to end the one-size-fits-all approach that we currently take to medicine. Rather, a person's genes will be able to be analyzed and looked at in order to create the medicine that's going to be the best fit for them. This type of technology is going to be used in fields such as oncology, pharmacology, rare diseases, and infectious diseases. This technology is still very early on in its process, but it's exciting that because of the data from the Human Genome Project, we are now able to make this idea a reality. Finally, the Human Genome Project is the greatest scientific discovery in the past 20 years because it has opened a new door to find justice in our legal system. Because of the genes discovered in the Human Genome Project, genes and DNA analysis are now being used more than ever to identify who criminals are. An example of this is the Innocence Project, which is rather identifying who criminals aren't. Their main goal is to use DNA analysis to help people who have been wrongfully incarcerated be freed. According to the databases at innocenceproject.org, 232 people have been able to be set free who are not guilty of crimes but have been put behind bars. This is huge. Also, according to that database, they collectively have spent 3,555 years wrongfully incarcerated. These are the faces of the people who did not deserve prison. And because of the Human Genome Project, DNA analysis is now being able to be used to help these people be freed. In conclusion, the Human Genome Project is the greatest scientific discovery in the past 20 years because it has greatly improved and grown the fields of diagnostics, genomic medicine, and forensics. And this is only the beginning. There is no telling to how much we can still learn when it comes to the data that the Human Genome Project has given us to break the code of what makes us who we are.